Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday. For all of you that are already getting hit with the bitter cold and the snow, stay warm out there. I'm getting ready for it. Well, not a big surprise, but yesterday was pretty much all about what was going on in D.C. And maybe we get a little bit of good news. Now, people may be expecting me to have a big conversation about Zelensky's speech to Congress last night, which I watched about half of it, and then the guy just bored me. Not a big deal, We've given him 60 some odd billion dollars already, and there's already supposed to be another 45 billion coming, and it's not enough, It's our responsibility to take care of him, because he needs another mansion in Florida or something like this, I guess. But, overall it was nothing. Of course, the fawning liberals, oh, he's such a great man, Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton. It was like listening to Winston Churchill. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. Get bent. Okay. And then even you had Lindsey Graham coming up and saying, the only way this war is going to ever end is if the Russians take Putin out. Lindsey Graham is another putz. It's the only way to describe him. But, the easiest way for that war to end, we get out, okay? Now, of course, we know what's going on is the defense contractors and all those in Washington with all their nice little insider tips, and all the stock that they own in the Raytheons and General Dynamics and Lockheed Martins of the world, they're going, hey, look, I can make a vote right here to make the stock price of my investments go up. Don't even think that isn't what's going on, okay? If anybody in Washington actually really gave a crap about Ukraine, I'd be stunned. But, that's neither here nor there. That was just kind of the silliness of listening to this. Of course, we got to pay for Zelensky's trip over to the States, just so you guys know that. We can't afford Christmas presents, but, we can piss away money in Europe. The more important one was this omnibus spending bill. And I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Lee, senator from Utah. Not bad, but it's just he's he doesn't have enough fight in him. But I got to give him credit for yesterday. He single-handedly put the brakes on this $1.7 trillion waste of money. Okay. Y'all know Title 42 was supposed to expire yesterday, basically opening the floodgates and letting illegals come into the United States willy-nilly. Well, Chief Justice Roberts put a halt to that and put a stay on canceling Title 42. So that didn't happen. So that was good. So now, of course, you've got a bunch of illegals sitting on the Mexican border bitching that it's cold. And, what are they going to do? Because it's so warm in the United States, let's go north when it gets cold, right? But Lee, in this omnibus spending bill, because part of it, and remember me telling you some of the wasted money in there yesterday, was some of this wasted money was giving Customs and Border Patrol money to speed up processing, not for capturing or anything like that, or deporting illegals, but for processing. Well, Lee put in an amendment to the omnibus spending bill on the Senate floor that the Title 42 must be continued as part of the omnibus spending bill. Well, that's got some serious problems. There's a whole lot of people, including the White House, that don't want Title 42 extended. Well, if that's in there, they can either get their $1.7 billion and accept Title 42 and leaving all the illegals out, or not get anything and push off the budget, the spending, until next year. Now, what does that give us? If we don't have a spending bill by tomorrow, we have a small shutdown of the government. Good. Let's get them to stop spending money. Okay. Not that there's a whole lot that goes on between Christmas and New Year's anyway. Gee, we're going to shut down the government while everybody's on vacation. Ooh, that's a tough one. So what this means is either the Democrats accept Title 42 in there or they don't get this spending. Now, Schumer is trying to bring up something called cloture, which will give them until next week to come up with a spending bill. But this was a brilliant little, as some have called it, poison pill in there to stop it, because both parties, both Democrats and Republicans, are kind of split on Title 42. Both parties are kind of, well, the Democrats aren't split on the spending bill, but the Republican Party certainly split on the spending bill. The RINOS want to piss away $1.7 billion, and the pseudo-conservatives are against it. But Title 42 is kind of a mix on both sides. And they can't get enough votes to get that through. So Lee might have come up with a brilliant idea to get the budget, get the spending decided by a Republican House rather than Nancy Pelosi. Now, I want to give you this. The House has only changed parties 5 times since World War II. Okay, it changed control. And every time the House has changed parties, there has not been a spending bill between the end of September and the end of the year. It's waited for the new party to come in and create how the government's going to spend money. So they're trying to change that again. Now, I can guarantee you this, if it was the other way around, if we were switching from Republican to Democrat, there's no way in the world anything would have even got close to done. It'd certainly be waiting till January. But so they're trying to change precedent as well. This is a good thing for all of us. This puts a halt on this wasted money. Maybe we can get rid of the Michelle Obama trail. Maybe we can get rid of the Blacks and Wax Museum and all the other stupid stuff. I mean, there's, like I said, security for half the Middle East and things like that. I read a list yesterday of all the countries that we send money to for border security, and I mean, it's billions of dollars. I mean, there's like 30 countries, 40 countries that we send tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to protect their borders. We can't do it on our own. So this ought to be a good thing, because the other thing is, if that omnibus bill doesn't pass, that also means Zelensky doesn't get his $45 billion. Which, my personal opinion, screw him. He should get 0. You're on your own, buddy. You had 8 years from the invasion of Crimea to figure out how to do it. As he said yesterday, this isn't charity. We're good stewards of this money. We're doing it responsibly, right? And that's why 70% of the money has already been proven to be going to other countries, and only 30% is going into the open market, the arms dealers, and only 30% is actually being used for the war. Sure. You know what? I'm sorry, dude, but at least this guy says, I'm done funding you. To Congress, I'm done funding you. Okay? Sorry. You ain't getting any support from me. I'll pay my taxes, because as great of an idea as it would be for all of us to stop paying taxes, they couldn't catch all of us. There's 10% of the population can't do it. All right, so you wonder why there's 87,000 new IRS agents proposed? They know that's what the people are thinking. So I'm sorry, until we get responsible leadership in Washington, which is probably going to be never, I'll continue doing what I'm doing and calling out every piece of BS that they spit and force us into. Have a good one, guys. Pinball out.